Good day everyone, I am Kate Angel Di Baloyet and I am a nursing student at Pamantasan Luzon, Marikina, and today I will demonstrate the taking of vital signs. Taking of vital signs is defined as the procedure that takes signs of the basic physiology that includes temperature, pulse rate, respiration rate, and the blood pressure. So if any abnormalities exist or occur in the body, the vital signs will change immediately. So there are three main purposes of why we are taking the vital signs. So first is to assess the client's condition. Next is to gather baseline data or values that could be needed or that could be used for future comparison. Then the last one is to detect for any abnormalities or changes in the condition of the client. So these are the equipments we have to use during the taking of the vital signs. First is we have the thermometer for measuring the temperature of the patient or the client. Next is the stethoscope and the sphygmomanometer. Okay, this is to measure the blood pressure of the client. A watch with the second hand. This could help us in acquiring the pulse rate and the respiration rate of the client. Then a documentation form and a ball pen in documenting for any result. It could be normal or abnormal result. Okay, so the last thing is we should have this alcohol for sanitizing our hands, and of course the organizer to keep the equipments organized. Good day, ma'am. I am Nurse Kate and I will be taking your vital signs for today. Is that okay with you, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so I will just close the curtains to maintain your privacy. And then afterwards, I will get my documentation form to make sure that I'm with the right patient. So, can you say your name, ma'am?
Casey Angeline Gibay.
Okay, so I'm with the right patient. Okay. So, before anything else, I would like to sanitize my hands first to avoid the spread of microorganisms. Okay. So, the first thing we're going to take is your temperature. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. So, I am using a digital axilla thermometer, and I will get a cotton ball and an alcohol to sanitize the end of the thermometer. Okay. So, in getting the temperature of the client or the patient, we should first assist the client or the patient in a sitting position, or it could also be in a supine position. Then, we will make sure that the axilla of the client is dry and not moist. Since the axilla or the underarm of the client is dry, we won't need to wipe it out. And then if the client has a sleeve, we should take it upwards to have a clear visualization with the axilla of the client. Since the client is wearing sleeveless, we don't have to do that step. Okay, so I would turn on my thermometer now, and I will put this on the middle part of the axilla of the client to make sure that it appears it touches the vessels of the axilla of the client. Then I will keep the arm of the client over her chest until the sound that indicates that the temperature of the patient is being obtained. Okay, just keep your hands this way. Let's wait for the sound. already obtained it. And then after that, we should document it on our documentation form. Okay? And then inform the client as well. So, ma'am, your temperature is 36.1. So, it is normal. So, you do not have to worry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take is the pulse rate of the client or the patient. Again, we have to sanitize our hands first if we're going to hold a different patient. So since she is still the same patient I have, I won't have to do that. Then, position the patient in a supine position or in a sitting position. Then, we'll have to assist the patient or the client to lend her hand. Okay, so we have to support her arm so that it won't fall off. Okay, so what we're going to do is to place our first, second, and third finger on the radial pulse of the client. Okay, but make sure that we would only apply light pressure on the radial pulse, and then we should not include our thumb because the thumb has its own pulse. So yes, so the fingertips are very sensitive, that it is very applicable to use in taking the pulse rate of the client. So with the help of our watch with a second hand, we would able to obtain the pulse rate of the client in a full minute. Okay, so I'll start now. Okay, so that's the end of a full minute. So you have to do it in a full minute so that we could get accurate results. So I already obtained her pulse rate. Then I would inform the client about it. So your pulse rate, ma'am, is 78 beats per minute, which is normal at your age. Then I'll also put a sign there that could indicate a professional credential of my name. So the next thing we're going to do is to take the respiration rate of the client. Okay, so what we have to do a while ago, sanitize our hands if we're going to do it with another patient. So since my client or patient is the same, I won't be able to do that. So the next thing is to assist the client in a supine or sitting position. And then we're just going to observe the client for her expiration and inhalation. Okay, so the up and down of her chest, and then for a full minute as well using my watch. Okay, so a full minute is done. So just like what I've said a while ago, a full minute could give us a more accurate result. So I will going to document the findings I got. So, and then I'll inform the client. Okay, so ma'am, your respiration rate is 25, which is normal with your age. Then, I will put my signature again to indicate my professional credential. So, the last thing we're going to do is to take the blood pressure of the client. So, again, we have to sanitize our hands, okay, before doing anything. Okay, then assist the client in a supine or sitting position. Then bend the arm of the client. Make sure that the brachial artery is near to the heart. Okay. Then after that, we will locate where is the brachial artery. Okay. So the client's brachial artery is right over here. Then I will get my stethoscope. Okay. I will use this in order to obtain the blood pressure of the client. Okay, and then as well with the sphygmomanometer. Okay, so I'm going to put this the client 1 inch above the brachial artery. Okay. Like this. Okay, ma'am, just relax. Then I will place the diaphragm of my stethoscope in the brachial artery. Here. Okay, now I will inflate. Okay. So I'm done taking her blood pressure. Okay. After that, we're going to take this away. Okay. So I will document the findings I've got and tell the patient about it. So ma'am, your blood pressure is 105/70, which is normal for your age. Okay, so then I will put my signature once again to indicate my professional credential. Okay, so then after this, after taking the vital signs of the client, if there are abnormalities we have found, we must report this to the senior staff. Okay, so there are no abnormalities. So then after that, we will sanitize our hands again. So that concludes the taking of the vital signs.